Hockeenight, Hockeenight. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
One of the most popular and hilarious Blackhawks blogs. Debbie, have you ever heard of them? Hockeenight. All right? And, okay, he puts this in brackets, and a collection of writers who have previously worked on our eulogies. You had to do that.
What a fuck.
This is their statement. This is why they quit. Last year brought rape allegations, revenge porn, homophobic slurs, and countless dude bros defending the indefensible simply because the perpetrators happen to play sports for a team they supported. What had once been a pleasure became a labor. All right, let me take this apart right now, okay? If they were defending the revenge porn guy, you might be onto something, but it's cowardly to shut down. If they're defending Patrick Kane, they're on solid ground. And just it shows you're biased by putting everybody in the dude bro category so you don't have to make your point. Here's the truth. Patrick Kane had a rape allegation against him. That allegation, by the evidence, was either false, outright lie, or the person that made that allegation is mentally ill and thought they were telling the truth. That is the only reasonable two conclusions you can come to. So, those dude bros, which, by the way, I've seen guys like Dan Donovan on Twitter, and I got a slew of hockey girls that are on my Twitter feed that have been correcting people, talking about, the burden of proof, that you need to have some kind of evidence before you convict a guy, even in the media, from a moral standpoint. And simply, you guys didn't get your way. So everybody else is a dude bro that disagreed with you. So you need to go back to your echo chamber. Whoa, Patrick Kane's a rapist. Patrick Kane's a rapist. So you're just a bunch of cowards. Bottom line. Guilt, you're innocent until proven guilty. And here's the best part. Nobody got raped. Sorry, you're disappointed. Here's what else they wrote. And this year, this is the best. And this year had a quote unquote staying together for the kids feel to it. You're hockey writers. It's not that serious, dude. That's coming from a dude, bro.
That called you out? Holy fuck.
We didn't recap
these motherfuckers.
We didn't recap it all until we saw we could provide a little levity to some going through a tough time. But I'm sure you'll agree that our hearts weren't in it, and you guys deserve better. Here's the translation.
Was this fucking Haiti?
Yeah, I know. It's like you had an earthquake.
Katrina?
Yeah, we couldn't write our hockey blog during the fucking Katrina or an earthquake.
What the fuck is this?
What is the matter with these people? What is the matter with these people? Let me translate that. Nobody bought our SJW bullshit, and they called us out on it, and we were made to look foolish several times. So, rather than actually defending something, you know what's indefensible? Defending this, the accuser is indefensible at this point. At this point. It might have been worth giving her the benefit of the doubt, but here's the dirty truth of it. Sports Mockery, a dude bro publication, had a source in late August saying Patrick Kane would not be charged. Nobody in the Chicago sports media wanted to see their evidence.
Nope.
They offered it. Nobody was interested. In fact, they have sort of led people to believe that the Chicago sports media pressured them to write favorable articles to the accuser, which, in hindsight, she didn't deserve. Because they couldn't find any evidence that matched her story.
Yep. Much
less to say a full penetration rape.
Yeah. There's no thread to pull at.
There's nothing.
Zero.
Nothing. Zero, zip. Nada. Niente. But if the Chicago Blackhawks handled every one of these incidents and made it clear to us that this was no longer an organization that we could continue supporting in this way, what the fuck could the Blackhawks have done? Sports Mockery claims they were contacted by somebody in the Blackhawks organization and told to write favorable articles about the alleged victim. Well, they didn't do that because they obviously have some integrity. That going back to my original statement at the top of the show, there's no such thing as journalism. None. It doesn't exist. It's a novel idea. It never exists.
And when it does, it's perverted in these type of fucking fashions.
Look, if it was a book,
this is a perversion of journalism.
If there was a book of journalism ethics, and there isn't, it would be the smallest book in the world. Because everybody talks about ethics, but nobody actually practices them. And they're usually subjective.
This is the shit that makes it non-existent.
This is why you're probably out of business. I never heard of your fucking blog. This is all I do all day. Well, I'm trying to think. Did she ever hear of them? Nope.
No.
Never heard of you. I heard of sports mockery. By the way, the guys who told you in August, I wish I had missed it. August that he wasn't going to be charged, that they had a source. Their source was right. And they were told by the Chicago sports media that they were just being dude bros and they were just rooting for a guy because he was on the Blackhawks and he was good at hockey. Well, guess what? They were right. You were fucking wrong. So I quit. So it's not about hockey. And it's not about hockey fans. And you're not hockey fans. You got a political agenda, and you tried to use the Blackhawks to do it. The Blackhawks couldn't do anything to Patrick Kane, probably illegally, and shouldn't have, considering the evidence we know now.
Yeah, it turns out both the NHL and the Chicago Blackhawks handled the situation 100% spot on correctly. 100% spot on correctly. And these assholes want to write like they're like we're talking about the aftermath of Katrina.
Yeah, I know.
It's mind-boggling. It really
it's self-important bullshit. Jesus Christ. We have always promised each other that we would do this until it was no longer fun. And we are here because nobody cares about your political ideology. It's no longer fun that nobody takes you seriously. And you know what? They shouldn't, because you were wrong about Patrick Kane, apparently. Suspending the season, twiddling at windmills simply got exhausting, and watching the recapping the Blackhawks games simply got to be something neither of us wanted to do. Well, you weren't hockey fans, because I got news for you. If there was a son of a bitch, even a rapist on the New York Rangers, and he went to prison, I'm not going to stop watching the Rangers. And not even if they stuck up for him initially. They would have to do something really egregious, like stick up for them, stick up for the rapist after we knew for without a doubt he was a rapist, which is exactly what you guys did. You still want to bury this guy.
Him on the fucking cover of billboards and shit.
Yeah.
They have to be advertising this rapist.
You're accusing the Blackhawks of doing essentially what, like, you guys are doing the same thing, just reverse. It's a different end of the spectrum. You're fucking smashing a man that's clearly fucking innocent after the fact. If the Blackhawks would have put Patrick Kane up as their hero and come see Patrick Kane, and it was clear and they found DNA all over the place, then you would be right. And you'd be right to be sick, and you'd be right to shut this thing down. But the simple fact is, your worldview was shattered because it doesn't work like you think it does. And an organization, a dude bro organization like Sports Mockery, got it right. And nobody else did, mostly because they didn't want to.